Oh boy, so that was a big whoops. That was a big whoops. We started a live video and I have a big surprise all planned out for you guys, which is that I've brought my little girl Malti out, and she discovered a wonderful and enormous dog turd on the lawn. And it was just like, yay. So we had to stop the video and just, yeah, we're back now and she's on the move. My little girl is on the move. She never gets to be in these videos, and I wanted her to be with us, but it's very hard when you share your lawn with a canine. Yeah, I know it's hard because my little girl has such an excellent sense of smell. She has an excellent sense of smell, and she can spot these things. In fact, she's very reliable. She's very reliable about spotting those sorts of things for her mommy. Yeah, she can find turtles. Yeah, cat turtles, dog turtles, turtles. Yeah, that her mommy didn't even know was in the lawn, right? What are you doing? Yeah. So I thought we would just hang out with her a little bit and kind of get a turtle's eye view of the world. It's always nice to get a turtle's eye view, especially when some of the events of people's eye view tend to feel kind of stressful and unsettling and, yeah, out of our control. We can just remember that some beings are very good at not letting it get to them, right? Because there are things to eat. Yeah, there are things to eat. Yeah, so we don't like to let the events of the world really get to us, because it's a waste. What are you eating? No, see, I don't want you to eat that. I don't know what that is, but I don't want you to eat it. Pretty much, oh, I think that's a big flattened dog turtle. That's wonderful. Pretty much, Malti, how tall is she? That's such a good question. She is 7.5 inches long, which is just measured from the front of the carapace, the top shell, to the back. And so if I use my hand as a guide, I obviously don't have a ruler right now. If that's like wow, I've got a long hand. Then she's probably about 4 inches tall, maybe a little taller in the front part. Maybe 5 inches tall in the front part. Of course, she shouldn't have that big humpy front part. That's part of the ongoing health issues that she has that I can share more about. I've talked about that on our channel quite a bit and have blogged about it on our blog, Love and Feathers and Shells. And I'm going to do more blogging about it as well. But this is the part that's kind of more of a normal height, and so maybe that would be like, she's a very tall, you're a tall girl, my love. Maybe 4 inches? I'll have to measure. That's such a good question. So if she's 7.5 inches long, and you know what? Boy, she's really wide too. You're a big girl. You know what? She used to be like, she would fit inside the palm of my hand. Like with room to spare on all sides. That's how she came to me. Got this, some kind of very upset insect here. What are you eating? No, ma'am. What did I say? And that's why, yeah, what a turtle thinks is delicious and what a person thinks is delicious are often very, very separate things, right? Yeah, what a turtle thinks is delicious and what a person thinks is delicious. Yeah. What's one of the things that's so interesting about her, she has incredibly good senses, except for hearing. Yeah, these are her ears right here. These little skin-covered flaps. And even though she is a land turtle through and through for some unknown evolutionary reason, her hearing is optimized for underwater. So her hearing is not great, although I suspect she probably hears more than she lets on. But her eyesight and her, it's interesting, her eyesight and her sense of smell are remarkable. And she, but her reflexes are really quite slow, as we might expect. And so if I pick her up, let's say she finds a delectable off-limits lawn edible that I really don't want her to have, like a big, score of cat poop, such a great snack, right? And I pick her up, like if I notice, like she's also got incredible geolocation abilities, so she can remember where that delicious snacky snack that I just took her away from is, and she's heading back towards it right now. And so if she finds it and starts eating, and then I pick her up and I put her down somewhere else, like I did just a minute ago, she will not immediately grasp that she has been moved. And so she will just lower her head and continue trying to eat as if the snack is still there. And it takes her a few minutes for her smell buds to kick in and realize, oh, that snack that I was eating is, see here, she's doing it again. No, ma'am, we're not eating that. We're not gonna eat that. No, we're not eating that. Come here. I'm gonna pick her up, I'm gonna move her. And it was my athletic event for the morning, tortoise weightlifting. You can see she doesn't really quite get that she's been moved, so she just goes right back to eating until her smell buds and her taste buds kick in. And then, yeah, that's such a great question. A minute ago, she was trying to eat an enormous flattened dog turd. Right now, she's eating, I suspect she's eating grass. Let's find out. What are you trying to eat? She may be trying to eat dirt. She's eating dead leaves. That's fantastic. In a wild setting, these guys are from South America, and they are very, that's a pecan, which we're not going to be able to eat that, no. But, so they're ground-dwelling foragers that, oh, that was a cute little tortoise sneeze. Wasn't that a sneeze? Was that a cute little tortoise sneeze? Yeah, there's no actual proof that tortoises have allergies, but I notice that sometimes we start sneezing at the same time, and I can only suspect that either she's gotten something shoved up her nostrils again, which is not uncommon when you're her size and shape and you eat the way that she eats, but it could also possibly be that she may be getting irritated by something she's encountered, like a pollen. But she will eat grass, she will eat, she really likes clover, which we don't have a lot of right now. This lawn is not fertilized, as you can probably tell. You can look around and see it's just kind of, this is a rental house that I'm living in right now, and so that's her outdoor enclosure. I don't really know what to do with these requests to be in my live video. I don't know what that means. So I don't know what that means. So thank you for your request though. And this is Bruce's outdoor enclosure. Bruce will come out in a minute. And of course that is Mr. Pearl, my 21-and-a-half-year-old cockatiel, who is just enjoying life outdoors. Right now he cannot fly because of an early wing injury early in life. And so he is, that little cage is kind of like his
I mean, if you think of it like a dog crate, it's kind of like his little nest or his little safe haven outside. And we'll go spend some more time with him in a minute. But where are you going? Hi, what are you doing? But I know sometimes, especially right now, these sweethearts can be very grounding for the rest of us, because there is just so much chaos going on. Some places around the world, people aren't even allowed out of their houses without filling out a permission slip or having a really good reason, or after certain hours. In other places like Houston, Texas, where I am, it's kind of feels like a free-for-all, which is basically kind of one of the least safe feelings in the world when you have an enormous virus issue going on. But when I get down at her level, I remember that really life can be pretty simple. Oh, thank you so much. I think so too, Tess. I think she's just stunning, and I cannot believe, I wish there was a way for me to like show you a baby picture of her while you're seeing her as she is now. She's just a little more than 6 years old right now. Oh God, please don't eat that. That is where I had to try to mop up the dog poop that I found the first time I tried to start this video this morning. It was just this huge mother load of dog poop that was like, oh. And of course, in the wild, they do eat their own poop and others. They're kind of like guinea pigs that way, and that sometimes because what they find is not always nutritionally very very nourishing, they basically have to eat it twice. And since they don't have 4 stomachs like cows, they the way that they do that is they let it get all the way through the digestive tract, which is quite a long process. It can easily take 1 to 2 weeks, and then they eat it again, which is just really takes some wrapping your mind around if you prefer to just eat your food once, like us warm-blooded folks do, right? Although of course guinea pigs are really good. I think I actually have this tarp on top of a little dog turd, and so she's kind of like, oh God, it smells so good around here, but all I see is this crappy blue plastic stuff. Yeah, it smells so good around here, doesn't it? So another sense that I don't suspect is all that great in her, just because, I think it actually is really good, is her sense of taste, because she definitely has huge preferences, really, really huge preferences for certain foods. But then the reason that it makes me question it is because of some of the things that you like to eat. And I think, how can you possibly have any taste buds at all and still eat that? Such a good girl. I cannot believe sometimes when I look at her and I'm like, oh my God, how can you be so big? And her face has matured so much. She was this tiny little feral creature when I first brought her home. And I don't know who was more scared of him, to be honest. And now, I mean, she's just, if I could get you to look at me for more than 5 seconds because you're so interested in eating. Because I want to eat, Mom. I love to eat, Mom. I'm so good at it, Mom. I love to eat, Mom. I just love to eat, Mom. I love to eat. I love to eat. She's the only one of our little crew that really seems to thrive when it gets super hot in the summer. One thing I find really interesting about redfoots that I only learned just recently after 6 years, you would think I would have picked up on this, but everybody learns at their own pace, don't they? Is that she has this dark shell color because it helps her absorb the heat really quickly. And that's very useful if you happen to be small and delicious. Redfoot tortoises are a staple food source and are often grown for food in South America and elsewhere. And so if you happen to be small and appetizer sized and you really want to avoid ending up on somebody's lunch plate, you need to be able to get out in this, and you're cold-blooded, you need to be able to get out in the sunshine really quickly and soak up the heat that you need to regulate your body temperature and scoot back under some kind of safe enclosure so that, or bush or leaf litter or something, so that yeah, you don't get lunched on, right? Yeah, you don't get lunched on, right? Yeah. But her face has gotten so mature. Sometimes I look at her. I don't know if any of you watching have ever touched tortoise neck skin, but tortoise neck skin is a wonderful, wonderful sensory experience. She doesn't love having her neck skin patted. Some tortoises love it, but some redfoots love it. It's not one of her favorites, but when she's really distracted like this, it doesn't bother her. When she's really distracted like this, sometimes her mommy can pat her soft neck skin. Yeah, can pat her soft neck skin. Yeah. And she doesn't even notice because she's found more poop. Okay, let's show them how you eat. Do you want to have a cactus? I brought you a cactus up here. Tortoise necks. Thank you, spongy tortoise. Amen. That is the truth. Tortoise necks are the best. Is that? I brought her some cactus. This isn't one of her absolute favorites, but sorry. Let me put this down for a minute so I can get it. Ugh. Want to eat that? She had a lot of this yesterday, so I don't know if she's really gonna want to eat this today. But I have a secret weapon if she doesn't want to eat it. Hey, come here. Come here. Do you want to eat that? Okay, we'll eat it. She says, I'll eat it. It's not my favorite. It's not as good as dog turds, but I'll eat it because I love to eat. I'm really good at it. Yeah, I love to eat. I just love to eat. Yeah, I love to eat. This is the Opuntia. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's a relatively spineless cactus. I actually picked this wild from a bush that we found hiking, and so it's pretty safe bet. It hasn't been touched by any fertilizer or anything like that. You can also grow it. I have trouble growing things. You know, there's all these articles on the internet about, oh, grow your own tortoise food, you know, right in the backyard in the tortoise enclosure. My problem is she eats them before they get big enough to have a chance of surviving. Yeah, is that for you? Is it for you? That's for you. Is it for you? Yeah, show them how cute you are. Yeah, you want me to help? I always like to kind of supervise when she's eating something like this, just because I've been with her since she was a hatchling, and tortoises can definitely get themselves into some gustatory tough spots. I mean, she just doesn't seem to have a concept that she can take small bites. She's just, I understand that. If you're competing for food resources, or you're trying not to become a food resource for another creature, you just want to shove it all in your face as fast as possible. I agree, spongy tortoise. Oh my God, what a crock. That's like, I mean, I tried. I've even tried, like, because there's a whole bunch of, in the spring, there's just a whole bunch of, that whole area is covered in clover. So I actually dug it up and transplanted it into Malti's area. Guess who ate it right away? And the part she didn't eat, she sat on, because clovers are really soft and comfy on your little tortoise bottom. Yeah, they're so soft and comfy, aren't they? But mostly she just ate them all. Yeah, she just ate them all, didn't you? Did you eat them all? You ate them, didn't you? Yeah. I guess I forgot to turn off my, the phones have those little those little, you know, go dark screen thing after a minute or whatever. And I guess I've kept it off because my phone keeps trying to do battery save right now, which is like such the wrong time. Oh, thank you. She's my girl. One thing I noticed, if one of my best friends who lives in Florida assisted in rescuing a red-footed tortoise that they oddly found wandering in their neighborhood, and she was probably a little older. She was definitely bigger than Malti. Malti is quite small for her age, though. And boy, you are eager for this cactus today, aren't you? You'd think I was starving you to death. Although one look at you proves that that's not the truth, right? She's actually quite skinny right now. Where did it go? Where did the cactus go? Huh? Did it go inside your soft, cute Tortugan belly? Yeah, it sure did, huh? Uh-oh. Is that a tough one? Yeah. Okay. You don't want any backup? You got it? I forgot what I was talking about. You got it? You got it? Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, her eyes are really different. Like the eyes of the other tortoise, whose name was Mercury. That red-footed tortoise's eyes were like this really interesting. They had a very visible ring around the iris, and her eyes are just so soft and dark. She actually has black pupils and brown. I don't know if you can see it. Can we just stop eating for a minute and maybe show people your eyes? I want to show all your fans your beautiful brown, black eyes. It's really hard to see them, but you can maybe just catch a little hint of the brown around the outside of her eyes, and then the black. Oof, this part of the cactus is tough. Maybe we don't feed that to you. But she's got black pupils and then brown all around her eyes, which I just think is the most beautiful. It's so beautiful, isn't it? It's so good, right? Is that just so good? It's so good, huh? Yeah. Oh, she's an omnivore. Some tortoise species. Another thing that really irks me about some of those. Oh yeah, totally. So glad that you could join, Spongy Tortoise. Yay! I'd love to see your animals as well. So yeah, some articles online will talk about, oh, here's what you should feed a tortoise, like there's only one species. And it's really important to understand that different tortoise species have different dietary requirements. See how affectionate and loving she gets when she thinks she's going to get more to eat, right? When she thinks she's going to get more to eat, she gets so affectionate and so loving. We get so affectionate and so loving, don't we? When we think we're going to get fed. We get so affectionate and so loving, don't we? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put her back in her outdoor enclosure, and we're going to get Bruce out. I've never done like a live stream with the whole flock for logistical reasons, but yeah, are you just an enormous tortoise that just your mommy is getting some powerlifting? I'm gonna be one of those people where one arm is so much bigger than the other because I'm always lifting her up with my left. Here we go. Oh my goodness, this is her outdoor enclosure. It's her outdoor enclosure where she hangs out. I forgot to bring my Wi-Fi hotspot with me over here, so we won't be able to stay over here. But this was quite the project, let me tell you. That would be a live stream story for another time. So now I'm going to try to see if Mr. Bruce wants to come out. Hey, where are you? Where's my boy? Where's Mr. Bruce? I don't know where he is. Normally when Malti's out, he's hanging out and he is so eager to come out, but Where are you, sweetie? Let's see if we can find Bruce. Hey, where's my boy? I don't know where he is. Oh, there he is. Hi, cutie. Hey, cutie. Is that my boy? Is that my angel? And this is a perfect example of what I was just talking about. Like, Bruce isn't even a tortoise. He's a box turtle. And those terms are so confusing. I still haven't got it sorted out, and I have a lifetime of experience with different. I grew up caring for water turtles, and now I have about 6 years of experience with the redfoot tortoise and 5 years of experience caring for this precious rescued boy who was a big surprise to his mommy, weren't you? Were you a big surprise to your mommy? You want to say hello to all of your adoring fans? He's like, I don't know, Mom. I don't know, Mom. Where did the beautiful lady turtle go, Mom? Where did the beautiful lady turtle go, Mom? I loved her. You want to come out? You want to think about it? Do you want to think about it? Yeah. Do you want to think about coming out, maybe? Do you want to think about it? Huh? It's up to you. Do you want to think about coming out? Are you interested? He loves my iPhone. But at any rate, box turtles have a very different diet. You'll never catch him chowing down on a cactus pad like you just saw with Malti. Ever, right? As if. Yeah. As if. Cactus pads are for girl turtles, aren't they? Yeah, I like earthworms. I like wriggling live prey, which freaks my mommy out. Yeah. I've never fed him on a live stream because you need a strong stomach for Bruce feeding, don't you? Don't you? You're a very good hunter, aren't you? Are you an excellent hunter? He loves my iPhone. Part of our trust building, because he did come to me as an adult rescue who was kind of semi-domesticated and semi-wild, I would say more like feral, is I don't grab him. It took me some time to learn this. Like, if he has to go to the vet and I'm in a hurry, I might have to grab him, but thankfully that has never happened yet. And so I don't reach in and grab him. It's up to him if he wants to come out, and usually he won't unless I have my phone, or he gets really captivated by my hand or something that he thinks. Box turtles get themselves in trouble because they're really smart and they're extremely curious. Are you extremely curious? Aren't you? You're extremely curious. Those of you who caught our last live stream, you saw him try to climb inside Pearl's cage. And are you just so curious? So sometimes people that encounter these beautiful turtles in a wild setting or in their backyard garden, they take one look at this incredible, I mean, look at that face and just the alertness and the obvious intelligence, and they think, oh, this, let me make a pet. This turtle is socialized to people, and they're not. This is actually kind of a deer in the headlights sort of thing. It's half deer in the headlights and half super overwhelming curiosity. And in Bruce's case, because he's obviously a male turtle, hopefulness, because he's hoping that maybe this gorgeous turtle that he sees reflected in the camera might be a lady. And he might be able to make box turtle eggs with bright orange cheek patches and whirling red eyes. Yeah, he might be able to make box turtle eggs. I would love for you to make box turtle eggs, but it's not going to happen with my phone. I would love for you to make box turtle eggs. Yeah, so just this level of interaction took us, it took about a good 3.5 years. to get to this point, and it was all his decision. He runs the show around here, don't you, my love? You run the show around here, don't you, my love? You get to decide how much interaction you want, right? Do you want to come out? Would you like to come out? Mostly he stays in this enclosure. That outdoor enclosure some of you just saw where Malti's hanging out right now was supposed to be shared, but she hogs it because she's just too big and strong to tolerate being in her above ground enclosure, except just at night for safety reasons. Come here, do you want to come out? That's a clear yes if I've ever seen one. That's a clear yes if I've ever seen one. So we'll just come on out, won't we? We'll come on out. Yeah, you want to come on out? Hi, bicycle legs. He has absolutely no interest in scrounging around on the lawn for dog poop or cat poop or any of that. He is all about making baby box turtle eggs and just exploring. He is not food motivated the way that Malti is. They're such opposites. It's really amazing in every way. I mean, just the sleep. He really looks like a water turtle, which scares the crud out of me, because sometimes, when people find these turtles and I see it posted on our community websites, because they're so slim and streamlined and light, picking him up, he's very light in weight. They think they're water turtles, and they're like, oh, should I release them in the bayou? And it's like, oh my God, no. I mean, these guys are somewhat buoyant, and they're relatively strong swimmers for a land turtle. And in fact, they're, species-wise, they kind of sit. They're not quite a terrapin, which is a species that lives mostly in brackish water that's kind of like part salty, part fresh. And they're not tortoises like Malti that live on land. And they're not water turtles like the red-eared sliders that I used to care for as a girl. They've got and they're the only turtles that I know of in the world that can fully enclose all of their limbs, head, tail, the whole 9 yards inside their shells. And they do that with the help of a very, very strong hinge on their plastron, which is that lower shell that you kind of just catch a glimpse of, right? And their neck skin. Yeah, the most important topic, of course, is box turtle neck skin, which is as soft as any hand-worked leather that you'll ever feel. Yeah, okay, what do you have in your armpit, huh? You have all kinds of interesting things in your armpit. You have all kinds of interesting things in your armpit, don't you? Hey, hi, sweetie, there's my baby. And here's my precious boy. Yeah. Our flock alpha. Oh boy, is that your brother? He's like, oh God, not that olive-shelled being again. Poor Pearl. He was an only pet, an only bird for a good, let's see, he's 21 now, so he was 15 years of being just me and him, right, my love? And then Malti came along, and then a year later, Bruce came along, and all of a sudden he's like, WTF, like, really, Mom? You could have at least asked. You could have consulted me, Mom. I was perfectly happy with the way things were before these strange, featherless oddballs joined our little flock. Yeah, where are you going, Bruce? Hi, my love. As you can see, all of my flock members love the phone. Yeah, all of my flock members just love this phone, don't they? Because it means attention and treats and perhaps baby box turtles. Yeah. Bruce really loves these these Crocs sandals, and when I mean really loves, I mean I sometimes have to pry him off of them, which is a challenge. Yeah. Oh. Hi, here he goes. Could it be? Here we go. See how his hind legs are curving around? You can see his 3 toes on his back feet. Those 3 toes are for helping to stabilize his position when he is trying to make box turtle eggs. Oh, and you got a glimpse of that. This is this hinge right here that you see right where my finger is pointing is, I'm sorry, my love. I just wanted them to see your incredibly strong hinge. You're very special and strong hinge. Yeah, no other turtle species has that special strong hinge like you. It's very, very special. Here he goes again. Box turtles, those of you who maybe haven't caught our other live streams, box turtles don't make pheromones, which are very helpful when you're trying to identify a potential mate. And since they don't make them, they have to identify potential mates on sight alone, which means that anything that looks even vaguely turtle-shaped could be a potential female turtle, right? A lady turtle? Those of you who have not caught, I did a little trio last year of films that we released around Valentine's Day about Bruce and his love affair with a little plush Weeple toy that I made that we nicknamed Mrs. Minnie Bruce, and you can find that on our Instagram TV channel. Yeah, right? And on our YouTube channel, right? Under Bruce. They're filed under Bruce. There he goes again. That's not a lady turtle, love. I know, I wish it was. Someday we will find you the most wonderful lady turtle in the world, and you will repopulate the world. Yeah, you will repopulate the world with baby box turtle eggs. With baby box turtle eggs, right? You will repopulate the world with baby box turtle eggs. Bright orange cheek patches. As you can see, he's got a very good memory for where that lady turtle went. Where did the lady turtle go? Where did the lady turtle go? Huh? Is that the lady turtle? Yeah. Ouch. Hey. My darling. Ouch. Sometimes Mommy has to take her sandals off because somebody, now he doesn't know where to look. It's like, oh my God, there's 2 of them. I'm being romanced. I am too, Dasha. He's like, oh my God, there's 2 of them, and there's 3 of them. Poor Bruce. You're quite a catch, my love. They're all gathering. Oh, here he goes again. Honey. Yeah, this is supposed to be G-rated, baby. This is a G-rated channel, sweetie. Suitable for all ages, sweetie. Yeah, come on. I know. I understand. Okay, yeah. The issue, some people ask me, well, why don't you just get him a lady? And it's like, well, because when you have it's the same reason I've never gotten a mate for Pearl. Because they make little versions of themselves that are very cute, and it's really, really, really hard to find the space for so many tiny little cute flock members. Yeah. And then they grow up and they become big cute flock members, and they all need their own houses. They're all very picky. They like their personal space, and then they want to make it. And before you know it, you have to buy a bigger casa. Yeah. And then you have to buy an even bigger piece of land, and before you know it, yeah. It's not a problem. If I could somehow be involved with like a wild release program, but it's so hard with box turtles, because three-toed box turtles in particular, because they geolocate imprint on their birth site, and they do not want to be moved ever. And if they are moved, like Mr. Bruce here was moved, and they are released, they will spend the balance of their lives, which usually isn't that long, just trying to get back home. Just even if they are completely turned around in their internal GPS, and their home is now covered in concrete, and they have no hope of ever finding it again, they will still try incessantly. They won't try to mate, they won't eat, they won't sleep, they will just wander until they drop and die. It's the saddest thing ever, and it's why caring for them in their natural wild states is so vitally important. I know. Are you going to give your brother another little concert? Yeah, a little concert. Because you're just very sweet that way. Yeah. You're very sweet that way. You're very, very sweet that way, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, he says, I like to give concerts. Pearl is such a sweetheart, though. He has adjusted. He really has adjusted. I mean, he's still not super happy, especially when Malti comes inside part-time in the winter when it gets really cold. She may not have to do that as much this year now that she's bigger, but for the first 5 years of her life, she has definitely had to come inside. And usually at night in the winter, even here, because of course global warming sometimes means global cooling. It just means global erraticness, basically. And so if it gets below about 60, I bring her in, and she is inside for the night, and she has a nice little warm turtle tub that she can go into and out of at will with UV and all kinds of humidity and stuff like that. And so that'll be interesting to show you that this winter. But, honey, what are you doing? Yeah, and you hibernate, don't you? You hibernate, don't you? Yeah, you hibernate. I totally forgot what my point was. Yeah, you hibernate, don't you? Where are you going? Wouldn't it be cool to have a thing that's like you could just strap on and just like think like a turtle for the day? Or just for like an hour? Like, because he's completely one-pointed. Like, he's not worried about, COVID or like what's for dinner or, why that other being over there has feathers instead of a shell. He's totally one-pointed on whatever he does. That's all. Like, whatever Bruce is doing gets his full attention. And it's the same with Malti and with Pearl. I'm the only one that struggles. In our little flock, I'm the only one that struggles with, as they say in Star Wars, I so bonded. I was like 7 when I saw Star Wars, and Yoda was like talking to Luke and was like, he never is his mind on where he is, what he is doing. And that's so me. I have such trouble with that. And these guys are really good for me that way, because they remind me that I had a red-eared slider, Tasha, when I was little, named Red, because I was super creative at naming, obviously. And he lived with us for several years, and we bonded. And then my mom, at the time, we had no idea that after about 6-month period of time, you really can't release a turtle back into a wild population, even if it's in the same locale where you got them, because they now carry pathogens that the wild species have not been exposed to, and they can also upset the ecological balance of the existing wild animals in that area. But we didn't know that, and so we had a local nature sanctuary that was very near to where we found them, and my mom convinced me to let all 5 of our slider turtles go.
And all the other four, the younger ones, just happily ran off into the forest, and Red turned around and tried to follow us. And I, to this day, do not understand why I did not pick him up and bring him back home with us. I just thought, I really honestly thought that it was unfair to him. Come on, I know, but you know what? What would you think if somebody tried to climb your cage bars, huh? And I still miss Red all the time. I'm gonna have to head on over to your page and check out your baby. Yeah, I know. Well, Pearl is so sweet. You're such a sweetie pie. He likes it best in the summertime when all of the shells are outside. Oh, I hear you, Tasha. That's how I felt about Red. I still talk to him in my head all the time, and I always say, I'm so sorry I let you go. I wish I had known better. I know, my baby. Yeah, you guys are so cute. You're so cute. Now you give those crocs a rest, okay? They need a little break from you, okay? All that attention's gonna go to their head, okay? All that attention is gonna go to their head, yeah. Yeah, I wear them because even though we have 2 mosquito buckets out here, the mosquitoes don't seem to have any problem managing to replicate and come back to try to bite me, because I apparently am the most delicious thing in the whole Houston area, right? Yeah, which is good because they don't bother my animals when I'm outside, right? Yeah, I know. I love you. I love you. Come here. Come here. Come on, cutie pie. Yeah. Come on, honey. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hi. What are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing? Hmm? You are so cute. These are my loves. These guys are my loves. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I know. Are you being hailed? Yeah. Is that a wild avian that's hailing you? Are you being hailed? Bruce, Manners, my love. Manners. Are you being hailed? Huh? By a wild avian? Yeah. He says, Mom, I'm being hailed. Yeah. And could you please do something about the paparazzi? The shelled paparazzi that's crawling around the outside of my cage. Mom, I'm being hailed right now. I have a very important meeting. I have some very important communicating to do. Let me go consult. Let me go consult with my team, Mom. Those of you who may not have ever really seen Pearl with his bathroom clock up close until now, this is a gift from his grandpa, my dad. It was actually a gift to me. You can see it's an old, non-working Brookstone battery-operated alarm clock. Bruce, honey, I don't know what the thought processes are here. I really don't know what the thought processes are here. I don't quite understand it, love. I don't understand, love. Anyway, Pearl loves this baby. It's like his little buddy. And it's easy to see why when you look at it. He can see himself in it. And he probably doesn't realize that's him. His behavior towards it makes me think he... Hi, honey. This is the first face... No. They somehow managed to end the live stream. I don't know what he hit with his nose on the phone, but no, my love, I know. Anyway, he gets his little mate. It makes him brave. So it goes with us everywhere, especially to the dreaded VET, right? Yeah, it goes with us everywhere. Hey, Bruce, honey. Oh, this is my love. These are my loves right here. These guys keep me sane.
sort of sane. I'm not going to claim total sanity, but they definitely, at least sane enough to earn rent money to keep a roof over your feathery and shelled heads, right, Bruce? Hey, honey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Is that my boy? Is that my boy? He says, yes, Mom, it's me. Bruce, Mom. It's me, Mom. Bruce, Mom. Yeah, it's awfully hard to know how to provide enrichment for a box turtle. It's very difficult. The best way is just to give them the most natural habitat as possible with plenty of safe, healthy greenery and a nice shallow swimming area. Bruce actually really loves to swim in shallow water, and live prey that they can hunt. We've had a little trouble with that part. There are plenty of earthworms and mealworm beetles and stuff in his outdoor enclosure, but I really don't know how much access he gets to them because they stay buried and he doesn't really necessarily dig for his prey. He hunts usually on sight, and movement really activates his hunting senses, and it's really exciting to see that part of him come out because his eyes he gets really intense, like some of the bigger parrots. Like his eyes kind of pin, and he just really fixates on the movement, and then he kind of looks snake-like when he hunts, don't you? But you don't look snake-like right now. Yeah, when he hunts, and his neck is actually very long, and it's very mobile, and so it's kind of like watching a snake strike. But right now you don't look like he's soft neck skin, and are you going to try to make a baby box turtle egg on my foot? Let's not do that. Anyone who wonders why my feet are always covered in little red scratches, knows exactly why after they've watched one of these videos, right? Hi, cutie. My baby. Is that my baby? He says, yes, Mom, it's me. The Alpha Flock member, Mom. It's me, Mom. The Alpha Flock member, Mom. It's me, Mom. The Alpha Flock member, Mom. Yes. Look at those beautiful neck feathers. Yeah. I love you. Well, we just thought we would pop into your morning here on a Saturday and just send you some cuteness. Yeah, send you some cuteness. Because everybody can use more cuteness in their life, right? Everyone can use more cuteness in their life, right? Yeah. Right? Oh my goodness, you're such a love. What are you seeing? He's so friendly. If he sees anything that he thinks is like a new person or somebody coming towards us, he just loves to greet. I've actually seen Pearl before, like when he sees somebody he really likes, even if he's never seen them before, he will just jump right onto them, like onto their shoulder, like onto their chest. Yeah. I love you, my little cutie pie. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna sign off for now. Get everybody fed, and one of us at least needs to get showered. So lovely spending this time with you, and if you have any questions or just are interested in certain aspects of any of the flock members, you can always pop on these live streams or send us a DM, and we'll definitely try to answer those questions and brainstorm together in future videos and live streams. You can also find us on Mammals, which is an awesome 24/7, 100% nature oriented platform. So if you think like your very favorite social feed, but only nature, like all the time, and just the most amazing things you've ever seen, it's Mammals, MAMMALZ, as in zoo. And so we're over there at Shannon Cuts is our handle. Yeah, and you do have to, they have an iOS app and also an online platform. And so we do live streaming and stuff like that over there too. But so you can find us at loveandfeathersandshells.com. Yeah, the feathers part always comes first, doesn't it? Yes, Mom. Feathers first. Feathers first, Mom. Feathers first, Mom. Yeah, are you singing to Mommy's fingers? Feathers first, Mom. Yeah. Feathers first, Mom. Yeah. You are so cute. You're giving us your most tuneful song. Yeah, the grand finale of our live stream is the most tuneful song. Would you listen to this, baby? The most tuneful song. Yeah. And you never know what's going to happen on one of these live streams. Last time, Bruce bit his mommy, didn't you? Did you bite so fiercely? No, it didn't hurt at all. And this time we're getting a concert as our grand finale. We're getting a concert complete with fans brushing the stage. Yeah, you just never know what you're going to get, right? All right, loves. Look forward to the next time we get to be with you. And sending you lots of love and feathers and shells and cuteness. Hope you have an awesome weekend, and we'll be thinking about you, right? We'll be thinking about you. All right, loves. Bye for now.